Hello. I've been noticing that a lot of people have been asking about how useful an instant pot is in the kitchen, especially in a kitchen where you're already used to having a pressure cooker. Now, what I have read and observed is that most of the Indian families, it's almost like part of our identity of being Indian that we come with a pressure cooker. Okay, that's whether we bring a suitcase or not, we will bring a pressure cooker from India. That seems to be the norm. So, if you have a pressure cooker and you're already used to it, you know what the benefits of pressure cooking are. If on the other side you're not used to having a pressure cooker, then I think that's when the instant pot is extremely exciting. So I'm not one of the latter. I'm one of the former where I have a variety of pressure cookers, and instant pot is more of an electric pressure cooker. It definitely has certain advantages, which we'll talk about in a bit, and then you can make up your mind whether it is for you or not, hopefully. Um, it's not my first electric pressure cooker. I had a popular brand cooker, which I didn't have much of a problem with. I prefer to have a stainless steel pot inside because I am generally a no non-stick person. So that is one of the reasons why I wanted to buy the instant pot. I wasn't particularly fussed about having the yogurt mode because I already have a Lakeland yogurt maker which worked quite well. So, in terms of why I bought Instant Pot, it is mainly because of the steel pot and avoidance of non-stick. I bought it at full price. There was no sale at that time, and I bought it at a point where there were barely any stocks in UK, and I was quite keen to just order it the moment it comes online. So I joined the Facebook group for Instant Pot users, and that's where I got informed that they are on available online. So we'll discuss a bit more about what the Instant Pot does, and then you can make up your mind whether it is for you or not. So this is my Instant Pot. I've probably had this for a year or so now, and this is a IP Duo. I think there's another model, Lux, although I've not seen it in the UK market. There seem to be more options in the US market, which is where this product is originally from. If you order on Amazon or Costco, you are likely to get the right voltage for UK market. So it has a few modes. It has the rice mode, multigrain, porridge, and probably what's quite interesting for a lot of Indian households, and I've noticed that several people seem to like making yogurt regardless of what your origin is. Yogurt, and of course there's a pressure cook mode where you can set what level of pressure you want. There is the option of slow cooking as well, and soup, meat, stew, which I barely ever use because we are vegetarians, bean chili, and there is the saute option as well. So what it offers is you could potentially saute the food within the pot here and then allow it to pressure cook. So for example, if you're making chana masala, you want to saute the onions and the tomatoes first and then put the chana in, then you could do that in the same one pot. Now, personally, because I use a method called one pot, one shot, and I have a number of stuffed top pressure cookers in various sizes to the point that my husband has even given a name for each of them. I do not tend to use the saute function much, and I do find it quite convenient to do it on the stove top, so I don't have a problem. But I have noticed that some people are sold on the saute function or the ability to saute in this and pressure cook in this itself. So it opens like this and goes like this. The reason I bought the Instant Pot, although it is quite pricey, was because of the steel inner pot. Now that's the reason I bought. Now this is a 6 quart pot, which is still quite big for a family of 4. So what I tend to do is use more of the pot and pot method. So in the pot and pot, what happens is I just put a normal steel pot and either put the rice in it and stack it in, or sometimes I put to make yogurt, again use a steel pot. I have also used an old Nutella bottle to make yogurt in it. So what it means for me is that there is much less things to clean up. I just have to rinse the steel pot, and the normal pot that I would have made the rice in, that alone goes into the dishwasher. It's not this huge pot that goes into the dishwasher. And what else do I have to clean in this? I only have to clean this gasket, the rubber seal, and then put it back in here before use. One thing that you need to be cautious about is making sure that you put it in the right mode. There's a seal and the vent mode, so you need to get used to putting that in the right mode. Now, the other brilliant feature about this cooker, and not just this cooker, I must say there are other cookers with this feature. The one that I had previously also had this feature, and I used it a lot, especially when my children were little, is the delay start. So I would normally put the onion, the peas, and the rice and everything together in the night and set it so that it starts cooking in the morning. So by 5:30 when I get down and come into the kitchen, lovely pulao is ready. And there was no fear of the rice getting mushy, because if you use the right ratio of rice, if anything, soaking the rice helps it not go mushy. So that's why a lot of recipes say soak basmati rice before you use it. I don't use the steam function much. I tend to hover between the rice, the pressure cook, and the delay start function. The pressure cook I tend to use when I'm making just dal. I just have to cook lentils or any type of dal. So that's when I use the pressure cook. And otherwise I use the rice mode. The rice mode is about 12 minutes, so that's all right. It is not that I don't have space on the stovetop. I do have a range, so in terms of advantage, the fact that I can just put it in and get out, I don't have to come back to turn it off, and that is again not unique to Instant Pot. So to me, the best part of having the Instant Pot is the fact that it has a steel inside pot. It has a yogurt function, which could double up to make the batter ferment. You know, the idli dosa batter that a lot of South Indian families tend to make at home. These days there are quite a few people that are interested in making batters at home. So you could use a yogurt function and allow it to ferment in this, and that works very well as well. You just need to be careful how much you put in, because sometimes it could just ferment so much that it overflows and goes into the bottom, and you do not want the bottom to be contaminated. And apart from that, like I said, just the rice mode. So it's nice to just stick it in there and get out of the kitchen or go pick up the kids from school and so on. So it hugely advantageous. There are other cookers that give you the same sort of functions, except the key difference is the steel pot is unique to Instant Pot from what I have seen in the market, and the yogurt function is also not usually available in any other multifunction cookers. So if these are good enough reasons for you to invest this money, then yeah, go for it. If not, you could get away with like a 40 quid or a 50 quid Instant Pot. So like I said, for a family of 4, this is plenty. I do not make rice in this inside pot. I use pot and pot because it will be too much to make. The quantity of rice will be so small in this big pot. So if you want to judge how much the capacity should be, maybe this 6 quart is a good start for a family of 4. So that's about the Instant Pot. You do get a lot of accessories that you could buy, like the trivet and the stackable potting pots that you could get. Everything is available on Amazon as well. So now that we've talked about the features of the Instant Pot, this is not a sales pitch. This is not sponsored by Instant Pot. I just thought many people have this question in mind, whether to buy an Instant Pot or not, especially now that the Black Friday deals are around the corner. I just thought it might help some people to make a decision. And if it helped you, then that's great, and I'd like to hear from you. Thank you for watching.